Why does my chest feel? Do you hear that? Okay. No, I'm not faking it. Like, I'm really not playing. Did you not hear that? I'm gonna cry. I don't like it here. No! So we're at the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis at the St. Louis Bourbon Festival, which is one of the most haunted places in the United States. And if I'm gonna be honest, I'd like to not be in this room right now because I'm very scared. No, it's a lovely bourbon festival that we are attending for the first time, but we're also gonna do a ghost hunt later in this mansion, and like, that's not really for me. I'm kind of the most scared, so we'll see how it goes.
So how did it go, Sarah?
The festival or the ghost hunt? The festival was great. The ghost hunt?
So to kind of let you guys know what you have in store for you in this episode, we're going to recap the St. Louis Bourbon Festival. We're also going to show you some of our ghost hunt at one of the most haunted mansions in all of the United States. And to let you know, going into this episode, we had an idea of what we wanted to do, which was talk to some smaller distilleries that you might not have heard of before. And we started to do that.
But by the time everybody really started to pack into the festival, it got a little too loud to record our conversations.
Who are you?
And yeah, those were bagpipes you just heard.
So to set the scene, we're in St. Louis at the Lemp Mansion and on the campus of the former Lemp Brewery, which is actually just a stone's throw away from the gigantic Anheuser-Busch Brewery.
Yeah, the long-shuttered Lemp Brewery was at one time one of the most successful and largest breweries in all of the United States, but some hard times fell upon them, some tragedies. There was actually 4 suicides in the family, 3 of which happened in the Lemp Mansion, which we were doing our ghost hunt later.
But this is a bourbon channel, not a ghost hunting channel. So first we want to give you some coverage of the St. Louis Bourbon Festival itself.
Redline Whiskey Company was the first and most successful interview of the day, so we'll show you some footage from Redline.
We just launched in February with our first state, so we have all single barrel cask strength offerings. Our first small batch launching in Missouri in November called Elements. Blend of 4 and 5 year bourbons that was finished in Ambria oak casks, anywhere between 101 to 105 proof. Everything else is single barrel cask strength. We have our toasted bourbon, toasted rye, just cask strength 6 year, straight bourbon, and all those actually turn 7 in January. And then we have our experimental casks. We have honey cask, finished bourbon, and orange curacao. We have those in Missouri right now, and a couple other states. And then once they're done, they're done. The honey's coming back next fall. We also have like an XO cognac bourbon, finished bourbon coming out next year, vanilla brandy finished bourbon, Barbados rum, and a Mongolian oak. So one experimental about every 3 months, about once a quarter, and then once they're done, they're done. We are based in Paducah, Kentucky. Yep. So our distillery's there. All of our juices, Indiana. We are coming out with the Kentucky line. You know, it will have the Redline crest, but it'll be a different label.
So I have the Redline honey finish, and like honestly, I feel like Belle Meade started the craze of honey barrels, and then a lot of other places have done ones that are just really, really sweet. But this one, I like how bourbon forward it still is, and it has like that melted honey texture, but it's not overly sweet. Mostly it's still just their whiskey, which I love.
So from the recommendation, we started with Element, which was a great place to start, and man, graham cracker city. That's the best thing to describe it, graham crackers. But what I've got in my glass right now is actually a toasted rye. I love a good toasted rye. This one's standing up pretty good. It's keeping more of those rye notes, like the effervescence and stuff, but you get the toasted barrel in there. This is an interesting thing, especially for the price. Everything he said was around $80. I'd check them out. Earlier, we weren't in the mansion. We were in the, what was it called, Sarah?
Grand Hall.
The Grand Hall. We went up the stairs up to the 3rd floor, and I felt
Spoiler, a ghost touched Chad's butt.
a butt touch. And I turned around to see if I like bumped something or if there was someone who may have passed me. There was not. Sarah was like 5 steps behind me. There was definitely a butt touch.
Do you feel unsafe?
I don't feel unsafe. It was unwanted, but I can't blame them.
Show us on little Chad where the ghost touched you. Oh, that's one friendly ghost.
True. Hey, before we get on with the festival, we want to pause and tell you about our home on the internet. It's whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get the t-shirt and hat that I'm wearing, the Glencairns that we are normally drinking from, but also rocks glasses, water glasses, and Gopitas, other shirts, hoodies, bottle cut candles. More always coming soon. That's whiskyambitions.com.
You can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month. And that is where we release our exclusive barrel picks, the opportunity to participate in barrel picks, discounts on that merch that Chad was talking about, after the episode exclusives, and more.
Okay, now on with the festival. We thought there was a good number of distilleries here, over 90, I believe. A good mix of craft and major distilleries, and it was spread out enough to not be cramped, but not too much where you're walking a crazy amount.
Yeah, so they had a main hall where a lot of the major distilleries were located, a cigar lounge right off of that. One floor down was the VIP area, which had its own bar and some other distilleries. More craft distilleries were located outside, plus a row of food trucks and a Prohibition-era band. There were also a couple of other little congregation areas off to the sides, and then there was the Jim Beam sponsored area in the courtyard of the Lemp Mansion that was pouring some really nice offerings from Knob Creek, Booker's, Baker's, Little Book, and Maker's Mark, and even some Scotch and Japanese whiskey that are owned by Beam Suntory.
Behind there was even a gazebo area that was used for a meet and greet for presenters like Fred Minnick, Stephen Fonte, Peggy Noe Stevens, the guys from Penelope, and many more.
The presentations happened in rooms throughout the Lemp Mansion, and we popped into several, and everyone was having a great time.
So, do you believe in ghosts?
I don't believe in them. I feel like I shouldn't say that in here, but I also recognize that I might not fully understand that whole thing, and therefore I don't want to mess with them or antagonize them. So being in here makes me very nervous. I do believe in energies, and I don't love it. Chad, I want to go back to the VIP room for a second, because that's where we tried Barrel King for the first time.
Yeah, 6-year-old MGP finished in X-Stag Junior barrels. Yeah.
I mean, pretty good. And it's made in a place called Bourbon, Missouri.
Bourbon, Missouri, yeah. Old Road
Craft
Spirits. Yeah, Bourbon, Missouri.
Who knew there was such a place? So when we first walked in here today, I didn't want to say anything because I thought it must be in my head, because I don't really buy into all this stuff. But I was like, man, my chest feels kind of heavy. Why does my chest feel? Do you hear that? Okay. You didn't hear? No, I'm not faking it. I'm really not playing. Did you not hear that? It was a chain rattling. Did you not hear that? Okay, wait. I have to close this door. I can't. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna cry. I don't like it here. Anyways, so when we first got here earlier, I was like, man, my chest feels heavy, but I don't want to say anything because that's probably just a placebo effect. I still hear it.
I heard that.
Okay, I still hear it. I still hear it.
I heard that.
Oh, I'm scared. You hear it, right?
I know, I heard it.
You hear it, right?
Go ahead.
Oh my god, I gotta get out of this room.
Go ahead.
Something's in there. No!
Second location.
You didn't hear. You
No,
heard that. He heard that.
Could have been old pipes.
Ooh, no, that was a chain. I was feeling like a heavy thing in my chest, and I was like, it's fine. It's probably just, there's not a lot of ventilation in here. It's old walls. That's just someone downstairs. I gotta calm down. It's old walls, whatever. And then I talked to Peggy Noe Stevens after she did her presentation earlier, and she was like, yeah, her presentation went great, but when I was down in the basement, I kept feeling like my chest was really heavy, and I couldn't get that good of a breath, and it just felt so heavy, but I thought it was my allergies. But when I walked outside, it was fine, which means it wasn't my allergies. And I was like, no, I felt the same thing. It was wild. I don't know. But all I gotta say is we were just in that room, and I did not enjoy it. And I will not be going back.
Sarah, I think I know why they picked that room, the room that we were in, to be the live 24-hour ghost cam recording room.
You don't say.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense now. But this ghost hunt that we've been talking about this whole episode never officially happened, did it?
Yeah, after the festival, we were kind of tired, so we went back to the mansion and we had some more pours and we ate some pizza with other people from the festival and we just kind of hung out for a bit. But as the night went on, we were feeling pretty tired, so we decided to Uber back to the hotel and call it a night after that 5-hour drive to St. Louis.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone else from the festival did an official ghost hunt that night or not, but we kind of didn't even need to because all the spooky things that happened to us happened while we were just trying to get like
Regular
normal footage for the episode.
Yeah, I mean, if you had asked me after those things had happened, do I still want to go on a ghost hunt? My answer probably would have been like, you know what, I'm good.
So that's probably why you're like, Chad, that 5-hour drive today, I'm kind of tired.
Let's call it.
Yeah, let's call it a night.
I'm a wimp.
I get you.
I was scared.
That's all right.
Sarah,
What?
will you go in that bathroom where you heard things?
I won't. I'm not.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
Is it Scooby Snack or bourbon?
It is.
Maybe. So I heard a noise, and I thought it was like a chain, like a stopper. I thought it was like a stopper noise, but now I think it was like this, like that noise. It was so scary. Like I heard it first, and I thought, oh, well, I was just in there. There's no one in there. And then we both heard it. And then I shut the door, and we heard it loud, like.
Without the curtain noise.
Well, without the curtain noise, like just the scraping of metal. But the tile in here is.
But this tile though?
But have you seen the tile?
Oh my god, the tile?
Oh my
We didn't
God,
have
look
this
at
tile.
this tile. But that was it, like that. It was just like that. But did you know, they said 4 people have killed themselves here. I'm like, did anyone do it in this room? Because no thank you.
I think it was all the bedrooms. And the monkey boy stayed in the floor.
Yeah, see, I'm not trying to go up there. I don't want to.
Let's go up there.
I don't want to go up there. Please don't make me go up there.
And we're gonna go up there.
We did make it up to the 3rd floor, but besides this,
Haunted Coca-Cola machine.
They're out of diet.
everything else seemed normal up there.
Yeah.
As normal as it can be in a
As normal as a haunted
in a
mansion
haunted
can
mansion.
be.
Yeah. But overall, the festival was great.
Would go back.
I can't believe how much they've expanded from the previous year. Previous year, it was all in that room where the main hall was.
All in that building.
So
yes.
everything that's outside and everything has been expansion. So
Can't wait to see what they do next
yeah,
year.
very, very successful.
Good job.
As far as the Lemp Mansion, sufficiently creepy.
Would not stay.
I kind of thought we were there. Then you're like, no, we were at like a Holiday Inn or something, whatever it was.
Are you crazy? Do you know me at all?
Well, it just.
I
would've
mean,
been
if you're interested in that kind of stuff, sure, stay. But
Yeah.
me? No thanks.
Yeah.
Pass. I've had enough. I'm good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, that's where we gotta leave it. If you haven't subscribed us already, do so for a spooky good time. You can do so by clicking right up here. There are suggestions of other videos down here. We hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Happy Halloween. Until next time, drink more bourbon.